Hey, good job, guys. Good job. Mental battles. Mental battles.
Hey, man. E2M for life, baby. All right, hold your applause. Hold your applause. We back, baby. What's going on, people? It's your boy Dawain in here with my brother Bradley. What's going on, B?
Dawain, happy birthday, baby. Hey, we got a little impromptu birthday podcast for you, my friend.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Me and someone else. We'll get into that. But, man, I turned the big 41, man. And I just want to reflect on that for a minute, man. If you got a minute.
No, let's do it.
Hey, man, so I always tell people this. I remember when my parents turned 40, man, and like my dad, like they rolled out the wheelchair and they had the over the hill party, and it made you feel like 40 was like next to death, man, you know? And so growing up, I just thought 40 is just old, man. And then I actually started seeing other people that were 40 that were fit, and I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I don't have to wait. You know what I mean? Like it don't have to be over the hill for me, man. And so that's actually part of my E2M journey. Was my goal was to be fit by 40, you know? And that as soon as I turned 39, I started doing all these little plans and stuff. And then I found E2M, and fast forward, man, 41, still in the best shape of my life, man, still holding it down.
That's what they call mission accomplished.
Yes, sir.
Mission accomplished.
Mark, man. So listen, B, let's jump in, man. This is a treat for our listeners. A lot of times we pre-record and we kind of, do it, and then we kind of sprinkle them out. We time them out. We act like it's after Christmas and all of that. But this time, this is hot off the presses, coming off of my birthday and somebody else, man. So let's jump right in, brother. Let's talk about why we're here.
Hey, man, impromptu. And the reason being, like you said, we usually pre-record these things. And tonight I wanted to talk about my little bundle of joy. 6:34 on January 5th. Rush McKay, Barmore, coming on to the new world. Sharing a birthday with you, Dawain, sharing a birthday with my mom.
Right.
So a very special day for us. And I want to talk about my two kids and my wife and my family, and I want to tie it all in together with our fitness journey.
Right.
A lot of times when we are pursuing something in life, we have to have a purpose, right? We have to have a reason why we are pursuing something. And a lot of times we think too immediate picture. We want to prepare for a class reunion. We want six-pack abs. We want to prepare for spring break. Okay. Our existence has to be more than getting those six-pack abs or preparing for that next big event. All right. We need to have a bigger why. Okay. We have to have a bigger why. And for me, January 5th, that added to my big why. My reason why is my son, my wife, and my newborn Rush. And when you have such a big reason or a big purpose to inspire the next generation, it kind of holds you accountable no matter what kind of milestones that you cross. You aren't gonna cross that finale, because your kids are hopefully, God willing, going to outlive you, right? So you always have a purpose and you always have a reason why. And I think a lot of times we are thinking way too short term. So I just want to touch base on that a little bit tonight. And everybody has a purpose when they start a fitness journey, but a lot of them are thinking 8 weeks, or spring break or summer or one of these big events. So I want to talk about that tonight. And Dawain, you can relate to this because you have a family, you have kids. So you can kind of talk to this point.
For sure, man. I got 4 of them jokers, man.
And I heard them a little bit ago, pitter pattering in the background and having a good time. Yeah,
man. No, that's so true, man. And that's a why, like you said, that is always there, and it's always a reminder. It's one of those whys that, you have to clean up after. It's one of those whys you have to, you run after. And I think it's significant, man. But here's the funny thing, and I remember Jeff saying this, people that have their children as their why, and then they slack off. He was like, it's not like you don't love your kids anymore. It's
Right.
you have to find something a little bit deeper, because even that why it's a great one. But sometimes you have to, lock in a little bit more and kind of drill down on that. But that is definitely a great reminder of, why you want to be healthy, why you want to be around. I remember the commercial of the old man that wanted to pick up his child, man, and so he started working out and lifting, and the whole thing was to be able to pick up the granddaughter for the star. Just things like that, man, to motivate you, to move you in the right direction, man. And children are a great way to do that.
Yeah. For me, that's one of the pinnacles of my why, because eventually someday I want to see my kids graduate high school. I want to see them graduate college. I want to see them get married. I want to see them have kids. I want to see their kids grow up. So for me, it's like an endless purpose, an endless reason why. It's a constant reminder to be a little bit better and to pave the way. We too often we set out on a journey, or we set out to crush some goal, but we sort of lose our way because our reason is so small. Those 6-pack abs. If you have a reason or a purpose of getting 6-pack abs, without a doubt, I promise you will get burnout, because you don't have that constant thing that you are trying to pave the way for. You have to have something that you continue to lead by example. Okay, you have people that are watching you at all times. My kids, those are the people. Those are the people that I want to lead by example for. And same with my wife. I want to lead by example. I want to lead a healthy life, a wealthy life, and I want to show them the way. And I think a lot of times, like I said, if we're so dead set on preparing for that class reunion, I'm going to show my best friends how good of shape I could get in. I'm going to show my friends how wealthy I could be. If you're thinking so short term and so petite with your goals and your purpose, I think you're going to crash and burn. And I think we got to start thinking a little bit bigger. And one of those things, man, you gotta sit down and reflect on where you are in life. You have to sit down and reflect on where you are in life, and what do you want to accomplish out of fitness? What do you want to accomplish out of your finances? What do you want to accomplish out of your relationship? And then from there you have to sit down and just write those goals on a piece of paper and write your reason why, and just hold that accountability over your head the entire journey.
For sure, man. No, totally agree with you on that. There has to be a plan in place. You just can't, just saying you want it isn't good enough. That's not going to do it. And kind of to put some science, man, behind that ab thing, because I we always hear that, man. I want abs. How can I get my abs to show? I want these 6-pack. But one thing I learned with E2M is abs are usually revealed and not built. So I just want to throw this little
like
fitness part, because this is a fitness podcast, man. Abs are real, they're revealed, man, and you reveal it by lowering your body fat percentage. And a lot of people, they trying to build that muscle, they crunching and whatever. No, that you make them stronger, but you don't make them visible unless you remove the layers in front of it. I know that's kind of a left field, but I just wanted to throw that out there, man, because we hear that all the time, man.
Yeah. I love that, Dawain, and they're revealed, right? And I like that, because I think when we're on a journey, a lot of the things that we learn about ourselves are revealed, and they're not built.
That's true.
And a lot of that boils down to the plan and the purpose. I love that.
Yeah, man. Look how that went together, man. We getting too good already.
we're still beginners, but we're every week we get a little bit better. I love it.
Yes, sir.
I love it. Yeah.
Good deal.
But yeah, and too, like you were saying before, sometimes it's hard to remind yourself, oh, I got to lead by example for my kids. I got to lead by example for my wife, my peers, all of that. And then, Thursday, January 5th was just another kickstart for me. And just a reminder right in that moment. Oh man, I have something to do. I have some big shoes that I need to leave behind at some point in my life. So I have to be that lantern for my kids to follow through the night. I have to be that beacon of life and that beacon of hope. And I think it's easy for me to stand on this side of the screen and say these things, but you guys know that I'm out there. I'm putting in the investments. I'm putting in the work. I'm out there grinding every day. We're putting on an outdoor like polar plunge activity this coming weekend, and I've been living and dying by the cold shower. And I've been doing cold showers for I think like 35, right around 35 days.
Right.
And every day that I do these cold showers, it is like so far out of my circle of comfort. But man, I'm sleeping better. My joints feel better. Like I got some mental clarity. But anyways, what I was getting at, Dawain, is I went down to the lake today. I went down to the beach. 30 degrees. It wasn't even 30 degrees. It was 28 degrees this morning. And I'm showing the way by doing the things that I say I'm going to do. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. So I'm out there practicing what I preach, and it's sort of my obligation. All right. I have to show the way. If I'm going to say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. I'm going to follow through. I signed that document, declaration, as you said one time.
Yeah, man.
Hey man, I'm going to follow through.
Good deal, man. No, it's a must.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that a lot of people deal with, is just understanding that you can talk yourself out of stuff.
Oh yeah.
You have to realize, we have to figure out which voice you want to listen to. Do you want to listen to the one that's trying to say, "Hey B, it's too cold out there, brother," as soon as them ankles hit, because or you listen to that voice and say, "Hey, I already signed this contract. We're gonna do this. We're gonna grit our teeth." Or as my old football coach used to say, "We're gonna bite our mouthpiece and we're gonna push forward, man." So I love that, man. And I did the cold showers for a while myself, man. You got me thinking about it. I ain't say I was gonna do it. Nobody. I said thinking about it, but no, that says a lot, man. And even for no matter where you are in your fitness journey, if it's not a cold plunge, there's something that you want to accomplish, because that goes back to the thing. There is a goal in place. You have something that you want to happen, that you're striving towards, and you have to decide if you're going to talk yourself out of it, or if you're going to motivate yourself or pump yourself up about it, man. And that's just the difference between having success or having excuses.
Yeah. To piggyback off of that, a lot of times after you do that difficult task, you talk yourself into it. How do you feel? How do you feel after that?
Amazing.
It's so hard to do an Ironman. It's so hard to do even a 5K.
Sure.
But when you cross that finish line, when you get out of that cold water, when you get out of that good workout or whatever investments that we're talking about, guess what? You feel pretty darn good. But on the other side of that token, if you talk yourself out of it and you start to drive away, what's the first thing you think? What if?
What if?
Man, yeah, and a lot of times with any facet of life, you always can sit there and wonder, what if? But if you just do it, even if it takes you completely out of your circle of comfort, if you do it, you're leading by example. I said I was going to do something. I did it. All right. Maybe it was tough. Maybe it challenged me, but I did it.
Yeah, man. No, that's so true, man. That, I live by reels, especially the motivational ones. They stay on my Instagram.
Yeah.
And the guy was talking about, the if you think the what do you say, the check for going through a hard time, you think that costs a lot, just wait until you see that check of regret.
Yes.
Don't do the thing, man. And I take it back to something even more, I guess, more simple. I just want to make sure I say that right, but something simple. I remember doing the E2M extra credit gym workout, and like it was the squats. And I had my I think it was like 245 on there, and we were supposed to do it 10 sets of 10. And I got the 8, man, and I quit, man. My mind just was like, bro, you just did 8 sets of this thing, like, let me. And then as soon as I walked away, man, I thought about like how much stronger I would have been if I'd have went on and did all 10 sets, man. That regret, that wish I would have, and what if, or where would I be if, and that's something small. I mean, we're just talking about one workout, man.
Yeah, yeah.
That same principle still applies, man. It's better to go through that hard time, go through that feeling of being uncomfortable than walking away feeling like, I could have done better.
100%. And I preach, how you do one thing is how you do all things. How you do one thing is how you do everything. I got a story real quick, and then we'll wrap this thing up. So this was last year. I was traveling to an E2M meetup, and I don't remember where, but I was sitting at my terminal, waiting for my plane. And this young man walked by, and he tossed his water bottle or Pepsi bottle at the garbage can, and it completely missed. It rattled around on the ground for a minute, and I sat there watching this kid. I'm watching, and this kid just keeps on walking. I'm like, man, you're not going to just leave that there, are you? And I didn't say anything. I just sat there. I said, you know what? How you do some things is how you do all things. So I got up out of my seat. I went over. I picked up the bottle, and I threw it out. Now, did I have to do that? No, I could have left it there. But that's those small disciplines. You're talking about doing 8 sets out of 10 sets. If I would have watched that kid throw that water bottle down, if I would have just sat there, all right, who am I showing, hey, this is the proper thing to do in this situation? All right, if I'm able to do that 9th and 10th set, somebody sees me doing 10 sets of 10 squats, they're like, oh, okay, he can do 10. I can do 10. And like you were saying, man, like as soon as you walk away, you have that immediate regret. We all do it in the gym, right? We have 5 sets of 15. We're on that 4th set. Okay, four sets of 15 is pretty good. I'm good. You rack the dumbbells, you wipe down the bench, and you're like, okay, throw the paper towel back. I need to get back on there. And that is so relatable to life, because if I were to slack just a little bit at, say, my relationship, or say being a parent, or at work, guess what? The like you were saying, the regret that you have after the fact, man, that outweighs the investments that you put in that moment. Sure. Yeah.
No,
it's crazy.
It is, man. It is. Yeah, there's plenty. You have to continue to push yourself and listen to the right voices, man. So right here, we're gonna switch it up a little bit, man. We got a little segment here we like to call Do You Know? This is a hat tip and a shout out to our boss man, Coach Jeff. He has this thing where he says, "Do you know?" or "Did you know?" and we get it from the movie Shrek. But this segment is going to be a moment where me or Brad will share something that you might not know about us. And this is my favorite one. I go first. I don't mind going first. This is one of my favorite ones to do. People ask, is there something about you that nobody would know? They might be shocked. So my thing is, I actually used to work at a pickle factory every summer while in college, man. It's Mount Olive Pickles. You probably seen them at your local grocery store. I worked at a pickle factory, and I would work, 6 days a week during college. I would get up and go to work, and I was either packing pickles into the jar as going down the line was going, or I would, I actually elevated by the, second or third year. I was a machine operator, making sure all the pickles shaking in the jar, man. So that is a fun fact about me. I used to work at a pickle factory in Mount Olive, North Carolina. If you have some Mount Olive pickles, take a picture of the Mount Olive pickles, post it in your stories, and tag me. If you're an E2Mer, I don't know if pickles not on the list, so just take a picture in the mall or in the grocery store. Take a picture and tag us, man. So
did you get to taste the pickles?
Once you in there, you be like, I'm good.
What's your favorite kind of pickle?
Nah, man, I'm a straight up deal guy, man. But we had some spears with like jalapeno flavor. They had some good old spears, man. Oh, another thing I learned there is no matter the brand on the pickle jar, it's all the same cucumbers.
I actually knew that. There's a local peanut butter shop, and if you get Jif or Peter Pan or Great Value,
it's
the same stuff, baby.
It's a label change.
Isn't that wild?
It is, man.
Wow, man.
It's a label change, man. It's literally, that's all it is. So it's all the same. Another cool thing about it, everything that we produce real time goes to a warehouse and sits for 5 years. So it has to, the brine and all that, so it becomes it turns from a cucumber to a pickle. So, you know, I used to go in the store and check to see, okay, is this one of mine? You know,
Yeah.
see if it was doing my time frame.
No
But
way.
yeah,
No way.
everything that they make, it goes to a warehouse and sits for 5 years before they ship it out. Which is another really cool thing, man. So now you know
Hey,
something
man.
you didn't even know you had to know about pickles.
I love it. I love it, man. That's great. That's a good start to did you know? Do you
Yeah,
know?
man. I set the bar high, B. So next time you
That's
gotta
big
bring
time.
it.
I love it, man. I love it.
Good stuff, man. Anything you want to say, man, before I do our last credits and get out of here?
Man, life and fitness all boil down to the journey, but we need to find that reason why behind every single action that we take.
Yes, sir. I love it. I love it. So, guys, make sure first thing you do is you listen to on your podcast. Make sure you screenshot that podcast catcher, put it in stories, tag myself, tag B, tag the E2M page. Also, if you're on YouTube, screenshot that, man. Just let people know that you like this podcast. Leave us a review, like, share, comment, all the things, man. Until next time, man, we will going to holler at you. Have a good one.